What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So this is the latest update in the Kim and Kroy Biermann saga. Their bank says that they have a right to foreclose. So Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann are still beefing with the bank over their Georgia mansion, and now the bank says that it has every right to foreclose on the place and collect the money that it's owed. According to new legal docs, Truist Bank claims that the couple defaulted on their mortgage, and now the bank has a right to foreclose on their mansion. Kim and Kroy are going through a messy divorce, but they are still living inside the family residence. Now, Kroy has the primary bedroom, and Kim has the nanny suite that's in the basement. And Truist Bank says that it's well aware of the divorce proceedings, but it claims that that's not enough to block its foreclosure rights. So in October, Kim and Kroy asked the judge to stop the bank's foreclosure auction so that they could sell the house on their own. And they put the price at $5.5 million. Truist Bank says it voluntarily delayed the auction in November, but Kim and Kroy haven't been able to sell the house themselves. So now the bank is getting impatient and it intends to exercise its foreclosure rights so that it can collect on the debt. So meanwhile, Kim and Kroy remain at each other's throats over their finances and divorce proceedings. TMZ is messy. I'm not going to read that last part. You guys can read it. And so they reached out to Kim and Kroy, and so far there's no word back. So, yeah, I mean, of course there's not going to be any word back. Hold on, I'm going to check another news source. Okay, so it's confirmed that February 2023, the Georgia mansion was in foreclosure. February. See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like Kim and Kroy, between them, constantly calling the police to their house for their marital disputes, spats, or whatever. Because Kroy, the last one, he was like screaming at the cops. I'm like, what in the privilege? Like, oh my gosh. And I understand it's Atlanta, but he was, screaming at the cops because one of their kids called the police. And that's the sad thing about all of this, right? My heart really does go out to their children because Kim and Kroy, they have gotten themselves into financial debt. Just they're drowning in it. I mean, this house is just one facet. You guys can go back and check my early videos, but they owe, the IRS millions. I think like 1.1 million, if I'm not mistaken. They owe credit cards, multiple. They owe casinos in the Bahamas. Child, they just owe everybody. Okay, they owe everybody. My next call would be like bankruptcy because I don't feel like they're going to be able to pay any of this. Neither one of them has a job. I think Kroy does get a stipend from his pension from the NFL, but I feel like that's like, I mean, it's reasonable for the average person. I feel like it's like $4,000 a month, but they're living way above their means. So it says here that the Truist Bank started the foreclosure procedures in August of 2022 after the duo defaulted on their mortgage. And that's another thing, right? I feel like because they are Bravo celebrities, right? They're not like super famous, but Kim's been on TV for they both been on TV, right, for quite a while. After, Kim left Real Housewives of Atlanta, they had the show, Don't Be Tardy for the Party. But this bank started the foreclosure proceedings in 2022, August 2022, the summer of 2022. I'm like, that is ridiculous. Anybody else? Okay, that's a whole year and a half. Like, the bank has given them plenty of chances, more chances than anyone else that I know of. Okay. It says in late February, oh, okay, the auction was canceled. I forgot about that. So somebody, I don't know if it was Big Papa had came through or a friend of a friend, but somebody came through. Okay, so the auction was canceled. No further details were provided. But amid their house woes, Zolciak-Biermann and Bierman filed for divorce in May of 2023 after 11 years together. And then they reconciled And then they filed for divorce a second time in August 2023. These two are a mess and a half. A mess and a half. In his second divorce petition, Bierman requested full legal and physical custody of the duo's 4 minor children. He also asked that their Georgia home be put on the market before it was foreclosed on in November of 2023. And if you guys remember the kids' names, Kroy Jr., KJ, he's 12. And then the twins, or no, Cash is 11. And the twins, Kaya and Kane, are 10. And then Kroy adopted Kim's 2 older girls, Brielle, who's 26, and Ariana, who's 22, from a previous relationship. So Brielle and Ariana, I'm thinking it's Brielle, the oldest one, that she's living with her boyfriend. But Ariana at 22, she can, I don't know if either of the girls went to college, but they can go to college, live in the dorms, give roommates the apartments, all that good stuff. Just to get away from that toxic environment. Because with the parents fighting all the time, like I said, I feel bad for the kids because the kids are the ones, I think, that called the police the last time that we saw where Kroy was in the park, like Kim and Kroy were in the parking lot, and he's having that meltdown. He's like, there's no money, there's no life. And, he's just melting down. It's really sad to watch. Okay, so in October 2023, the house was put back on the market for $3.2 million, and then the price was later up to $6 million. So they were basically doubling the price, hoping that a buyer would come in to save them from all of their debt. Then they lowered it to $5.5 million. Okay, so the estranged couple in October 2023 filed affidavits detailing how foreclosure would hurt their family. It says, quote, "The consequences of losing this equity would be devastating for my family, including myself, my ex-spouse, Kim, and our 4 minor children," Bierman wrote in court documents. He says, "We will be left homeless, without financial resources, and unable to address the debts accumulated during our marriage." He went on to state that he was working closely with Truist Bank to avoid foreclosure, with a 3-month probationary payment period from June to August of 2023. And they were unable to make the August payment. So Zolciak-Biermann's affidavit, meanwhile, detailed how the family would face, quote, "insurmountable financial hardships if the foreclosure proceeded." She says, "We are pleading for your support in potentially expediting the sale of the house under the condition of a temporary order from the court to prevent foreclosure." I mean, they've had a year and a half. Like I don't know anyone else that would get that amount of time, and they're not working. That's the thing. Well, I take that back. I'm sorry. Kim, she did film some type of reality show in Colombia. I forget the title of it, but I don't think that that's going to cut it because they are not making the payments that that the bank is asking for. And I feel like Kroy just recently lost his car. It was like a Rolls Royce or something like that. If y'all don't get an apartment in a Toyota, I'm like, I just, I mean, you know what? If they did like create a YouTube channel or something, I feel like they could make some money there. I know Kim was trying to sell her wigs because Andy Cohen bought one and put it in his clubhouse. And then they were trying to sell like their used purses and things like that. But that's not going to cut it. I think, didn't Nene say that Kim was a nurse? I feel like she should check into that. Maybe go get a recertification. I don't know. Like, I'm in education. I'm not in nursing, but I feel like educators, they have to maintain CEUs, continuing education units. And I feel like nursing is similar, where they have to be recertified. But she could take a recertification test and go and get a job as a nurse, because they've unfortunately, they're estranged from both of their families. I mean, Kroy's family told him before he got with Kim that, she was trouble, like in my Taylor Swift voice, trouble when she walked in. Okay. And now they have 4 kids to take care of. It's not just them. So I feel like, something has to give. Either they have to file for bankruptcy or get some jobs. I should say file for bankruptcy and get some jobs. Something's going to have to shake because them not working is not, I mean, they're both able bodied. They have 4 children to take care of. To be honest, I'm surprised CPS hasn't been called. I mean, like I said, privilege is something else. And there's social currency that comes from, being on TV. And I feel like the courts, the bank, a lot of people have given them a lot of grace. The police, have been out out to their house, 50, 11 times. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to give you guys an update on the newest thing that I hear. I will keep you updated, but Truist Bank said, listen, the grace period is up. And I agree, a year and a half, that's plenty of time to make a payment. And the fact that they missed their August payment, and it's sad because they can't borrow that money from their family, and I feel like their estranged family. Maybe they have friends other than Big Papa, of course, but somebody possibly could help them out. She better go talk to Candy or something. I don't know what they're gonna do, but anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you in the next video. Take care, aces. Bye.